AITA for telling my in-laws that we won't bring my daughter to visit them anymore once they move out of state. This is my first time posting, so please forgive me if this doesn't flow well. I 29 years old F, and my husband, 30 years old M, had our first child a year ago. When we found out we were expecting, my in-laws decided to move to our town to be closer to us and their other grandchildren. Over the last year, they haven't exactly been involved grandparents even though they live less than 10 minutes away, but are very involved with their other grandchildren who live about 25 minutes away. They see them multiple times per week and even babysit them. They never offer to come see our daughter and barely ask about her. The only time they see her is if we bring her to their house or FaceTime them. My husband has been heartbroken by this because he was very excited that his parents were moving close to us because he wanted our daughter to have the opportunity to grow up with involved grandparents since he didn't have that chance. My SAL recently told me that my in-laws feel like we haven't been welcoming it to them since they moved here, especially during the week they moved into town. Backstory: I literally gave birth the day they moved here via emergency C-section and was in the hospital several days, so how we could have helped them get settled or have been welcoming during that time. My SAL agrees that it's very odd of them to hold that grudge against us. Well, my in-laws have decided to move back to their original town. No idea why they decided to move back, and are leaving in the next few weeks. It's about an 8-hour drive from us. In the past, we would visit once in the summer, a few days at Christmas, and maybe one other time in the spring. They rarely came to our town to visit. My MIL has already made several comments about wanting me to bring our daughter to visit at least twice a month because they don't want her to not know who they are, and since I'm a stay-at-home mom, it should be no problem for me to come visit at least twice a month since I don't do anything anyways. When she made these comments, I was seeing red. I didn't say anything in the moment because I knew I would probably say something I would regret. A few days passed and my husband decided to sit down with his parents and explain that we would not be taking frequent trips to visit because of the long drive, but also because they haven't exactly been involved in our daughter's life over the past year, so she won't really know the difference if she only sees them 3 times a year versus more frequently. My MIL then started accusing me of gatekeeping our daughter from them, saying that I wouldn't let them visit when she was a newborn and that they didn't get to bond with her. Again, I was in the hospital recovering from an emergency C-section where I almost bled to death and wasn't exactly up for visitors. At this point, my husband got upset with his mom and told her that not letting them visit us in the hospital wasn't us intentionally keeping our daughter away from them, but to allow me to heal and for the 3 of us to connect as a family for the first few days. My MIL started crying and said that it was our fault that she didn't feel as bonded with our daughter as her other grandchildren because she got to see them as soon as they were born. My husband ended the conversation and told his parents that we would not be visiting them for a while once they move because of the comments they made to us and that we would need time to figure out what kind of relationship we want to have with them moving forward. Since then, my MIL has been blasting us on Facebook saying we're horrible for cutting her off. We haven't cut her off, just haven't visited, and continues to badmouth us to other family members. So AITA.